This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. As I've asked a few times, hoping it gets picked, can Bruce share any examples of a referee screwing up a match? Not just a minor goof, but where one tanked a finish or even impacted an angle. Pretty famous story that happened a few years ago at StarCast, where there was a story about Ted DiBiase Jr., quote unquote, not kicking out and a referee counting him 3 after there'd been a big meeting. Hey, we can't continue to embarrass the referees, so if you don't kick out, they're going to count you down. So Ted DiBiase Jr. did kick out, but the referee still counted 3, and there was a big hullabaloo because this long match was now a short match. Was there ever a more significant example of that, do you think?
One time they had twin referees, but that was because Ted DiBiase spent millions and millions of dollars on plastic surgery to get twin referees to go in and count down Hulk Hogan's shoulders. Of significance, no. I can't really recall one that just sticks out. And yeah, there have definitely been times where guys haven't kicked out. I remember in Houston a long time ago, Moondog Maine, Lonnie Maine, working with Jose Lothario, and Moondog got up on the top rope, came off the top rope, and allegedly Moondog had been tipping the old canoe during the day and during the night, and was a bit inebriated and knocked himself out. And Moondog was supposed to go over on that night, but Jose had no choice but to cover him. The referee had no choice but to count 1, 2, 3 because he wasn't moving. Then they called the ambulance and brought him in, and he had just knocked himself out and was drunk as a skunk. Things like that, yeah. I remember, okay, I've told the story about the first time that I ever refereed a match where it was Jose Lothario versus Gino Hernandez. It was the main event of the show, but there was no other match in the dressing room. So we had to start with the main event. Now I'm terrified as a referee. I've got to go out there and referee this 2 out of 3 fall match with Gino Hernandez and Jose Lothario, the biggest, draw in the territory at the time. And I'm 16. Yeah, I think I'm smart. I know what's going on. The promoter goes over and tells Jose, says, Jose, tell Bruce what you guys are going to do. Give him the finish. And Jose looks at me and goes, I'll take the first fall, Scrizoo the second fall to Gino, Scrizoo the third fall to me. Okay. I had no idea what the fuck he just said.
Right.
So I go out and referee the match. Jose wins the first fall. Gino wins the second fall. And we get to the third fall, and Jose wraps Gino up, puts his feet on the ropes, and I count 1, 2, and I saw his feet on the ropes. And being the good referee that I was, I caught him. And I said, your feet are on the ropes, man. Break it up. And I got the stare of death from Super Sock Jose Lothario. And in that moment, and in that single stare, I realized, ruh-roh, I screwed up. And so we went on with the match, and Jose did something else and went to cover Gino over by the corner and looked at me. Jose just looked at me and said, count to 3. And I put my head down and I counted 1, 2, 3. By God, I didn't look up, and Jose won. That's when I learned that that goddamn Gino Hernandez cheated to win the second fall. Just turns out I was a shitty referee because I didn't have a clue that Gino had cheated to win the second ball. Yeah. It happens, man, okay? It happens.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to SaveWithConrad.com. Charles wants to know, how did it come about for Brother Love to referee the tag match with the Hart Foundation in 1988 at the Boston Garden? I asked because I was there that night.
Because I got booked. And I want to say that trying to think. I don't know if that was a summer program or if that was a holiday program, but there were times that Vince would just book me in things to get me out of the office, really, for no other reason than that. And it's like, well, hey, Brother Love could work here. Make him a referee. Have him go do this. And those were, God, they were a shitload of fun. And I believe it was in Boston. Had to be in Boston. I remember Jim Neidhart had Jacques had Jim Neidhart in like a camel clutch type deal sitting on his back. And Neidhart's eyes are darting back and forth. And I'm in Neidhart's face. And I'm at, give up. Do you want to give up? And he just goes, back up and move. And I backed up. And when I did, an ice pick, it just came and barely missed Jim's nose. And just stuck right in the mat. Now, had I been face-to-face with Jim, it probably would have hit me.
And he saw it. And he saw it from that position.
And he saw it and told me to move. And I just thought he was getting ready to do something. But I backed off and I looked down and was like, holy fuck. That would have hurt. Just stuck in the mat and I just reached down, pulled it out, and threw it out of the ring. We kept going.
Is that the most dangerous thing you ever saw thrown in a ring before?
At me?
At anybody?
Oh, God, man. The bottles and the shit in Mexico were terrifying. Because they would throw, like, beer bottles and Coke bottles.
You were there for that?
Sir?
You were there for that?
Yes.
What match was it?
Well, it was like the first or second match, because it was the night that Val Venus was Steel and he was working with Rayo Jalisco.
Oh, so not a WWF show. You
won the WWF show. No.
Got it.
And but they came to me for a finish for the match. And they wanted to introduce me and shit and blah, blah, blah. And I said, if you want me to, I said, let's do something where I screw Rayo. And you think that Rayo's going to have to take his mask off. Let's do the whole presentation and we'll get in the ring and then let your official come down and say, no, bullshit. He did it, meaning me. And Rayo knocks me on my ass. Boom, restart the match. Rayo catches Steel with something real quick. Bing. New referee comes in. 1, 2, 3. Now Steel's got to take off his mask. You take it off and you reveal, oh my God, it's Val Venus. And that's why the WWE guy didn't want him to get unmasked. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the matches start. And in the second match, the rain of bottles that came down. And I don't remember what the match was. But I'm sitting there with Victor Quinones. I said, hey, man, about that finish, I don't think I want to be involved. I'm good. Just go ahead and beat go ahead and beat Val, and we'll be on our way.
Yes, you will. We've had an interesting week or so here in professional wrestling, so now seems as good a time as any to do an Ask Bruce Anything. Let's jump right into it. SSW Media wants to know, after listening to Brett's 1993, at King of the Ring, they teased the DQ and restart in the Hart final. In the Yoko Hogan match, they let the finish stand when we all saw the exploding camera. And after the match, there was no mention of the fireball by Okerlund or Tunney. What's up with that?
Well, the referee didn't see it.
There we go.
Okay, see, man, look, the referee has final word. If the referee doesn't see it, they can't call what they don't see. That's what we teach people. Like in karate, because I'm a 4-time black belt Hall of Famer.
Right.
You teach the referees. You can't call what you don't see. You may hear something, but by God, you don't know if that was a point or not, so you can't call it. Referee can't call. You may hear a fireball. You may smell burning flesh. And what happened? My thing just went away. Everything went dead.
I'm still here. Hello? We're still talking.
I'm not.
You're not hearing?
I just hit this and it comes back. What the fuck did I do?
Are you all right?
Where the hell was I? But you can smell burning flesh. You can smell hair, and by God, and see a bright light behind you. But for all I know, it was an exploding light. A simple, Who knows? But you didn't see a fireball hit a big blonde sweaty guy with blonde hair as a referee.
I don't know what was more fascinating, your answer or that you got lost in the middle of it and said, wait a minute, where did everybody go?
I got lost in the middle of it because I couldn't hear myself anymore. And then I hit the thing and then all of a sudden I heard myself again. And, you know, I promise I'm going to get a new one of these things one day.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.